Have you missed him yet?
It's got him! It's took Nathan!
What happened to the carcass?
Vinny. He's fertilising the King Edwards.
It's her condition. She's expecting.
Not anymore, old son. Having been safely delivered of a cushion. I'm afraid there's not much family resemblance.
You best get out the car, and whatever you do, keep your head down and your mouth shut.
And I hear they do good deals on manure in your neck of the woods, with all that shit in the soil. So I think we've still another deal to negotiate.
So what should I say? I can't just ask if he's dead.
Say you're a friend from Spain, and you've got a deal he might be interested in.
Then what?
Improvise.
Hello? May I speak to Maurice, please?
I can't listen to this.
Yes, I am a friend of his from Spain.
What if he's dead?
He won't be dead. I didn't clobber him that hard. He was still breathing.
Then he'll be waiting. He'll be watching his moment, and then he'll hit us. It just goes on.
Well?
The funeral was last Tuesday.
Oh, God! Oh.
Aid of what? Village Christmas Fete. Didn't Phoenix mention her scheme to host this year's event? Of course, that was before the episode of the quite absurd. She's in no fit state to preside over social fripperies. Indeed, no. However, I don't think anyone saw fit to inform the village. Besides which, I have no intention of permitting hordes of unwashed locals to rampage over the property. The whole event's cancelled. Simple as that. I don't think that's going to be feasible at this late stage, Pa. Given that the first stallholders are due in to set up at 11. Besides which, I gather they're rather hoping you'd put in an appearance as Santa Claus.
I said we should have called an ambulance. That means you've killed him. That means it could be done for murder. We could all get dragged in. And what if they ask about Vinny? Well, then that means...
Mozza's dead. That's what it means. There's no to link it to anyone here. If there was, we'd have been dragged in weeks ago. Nobody knew we were meeting him.
It also means you're shot of him. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but that is what you wanted, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but not like this.
Is there another way?
Not with that sort. They don't go away till you screw the lid on them.
God knows it's hardly ideal. But he is very effectively out of the way. Which in terms of you, your family...
is bloody good news. I'm sorry, but it is. The bastard would have bled us dry. We could have never stopped looking over our shoulder. We're well out of here, love. There's nobody else ever need know. And if we can live with it, we can get on with the rest of our careers.
Can't honestly fathom what she was thinking of. No consultation, no feasibility study. No point attempting to raise the issue now, of course. Are we convinced, Pa, that current tactics on the other issue are proving effective? Ignore and it will go away approach does seem rather harsh. I was wondering if more humane methods, bereavement counselling, some form of psychotherapy. Think not on balance, Morty. Dr. Bugloss, sensible man, doesn't hold with this new age fiddle-faddle. Admittedly, were the situation to remain unimproved... time being, however, I think we'll stick to the prescriptions. Hope for the best.
In case anyone's wondering why I'm not making these available for general consumption, it's because they're part of my leaving present from school. Do you think you could put my name on these? Make sure they're kept separately from the rest of the confiture.
Whatever you say, Cherub.
So, there it is. Tout est fini. I am now a free agent, and the world is mon huître. Personally, I find it a tremendously exciting, not to say liberating thought, to be at large in the world. You see, I don't believe there are any limits to what we're capable of. Human potential is really quite staggering, if only one knows how to tap the spring.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
I thought we might go for a drive later.
Oh, yeah?
Wouldn't you like that? Something wrong?
Yeah. I've had it.
What?
This palaver. Sneaking about. Keeping me head down. If you're ashamed of us, it's about time you let us know.
Don't be absurd.
Is it? How come it's all still a state secret, then? How's it we never set foot inside your place? Always the motor, some cheap hotel, playing away, never home turf.
But I thought that's what you'd prefer.
What are you going to tell the nipper when he's here? That's your dad, but we don't let him through the door. He stops outside like a good mongrel waiting for his bone.
But it's not like that at all.
Over here it is.
But you've never said.
I'm saying now.
So what do you want me to do?
Stop with me.
What?
Live with me.
I couldn't.
All right. Call it a day, then.
How could I?
Balls in your half.
But how can we live together here under this roof?
What's wrong with some other roof, then?
Margaret, wondering whether you might see your way to stepping into the breach, as it were.
And what breach might that be?
The supervision of this unfortunate event, Christmas fete. God knows, last thing one wants. However, since my wife is clearly incapable of any organizational feat at present,
Not another word, love. I'd be delighted to slip on her ladyship's mules.
I want to move out, Mort.
I was wondering when it would come to this.
You've expected it.
Is that the word? Half intuited you might incline to be veering in that direction. I'm presuming with the youngster.
Sure, it must seem horribly drastic.
Just the two of you.
That was the idea. You don't like it?
Marginally unhappy about being the expendable item in the equation.
Mort, it isn't about not wanting you.
Isn't it?
God, if only it were that simple. I actually think if it were left to me, I'd just keep it like this. But he started with the ultimatums.
Ah, yes. I seem to remember at that age they're rather fond of doing that.
Don't want to not see you, Mort. Or Oliver. The thought of breaking everything up, I really couldn't bear it.
Breath of air before lunch.
Oh, no, please, Mort. I can't face going out.
No, I think probably I'd like to insist. If that's all the same to you.
So when's the new tea shop opening?
You'll get your invite later.
I'm on the list then.
You're at the top.
Morty, everything which can't be nailed down have to be removed from area of operation. Rags and tatters will be playing host to no doubt most have criminal records to their name. Not that they won't be in good company.
I'm not convinced a drunken disorderly conviction constitutes a criminal record.
Technically, I think you'll find it does, actually, Morty.
Yes.
How well, Daddy? Just off on a preliminary recce. There's one or two possibilities already starting to materialise. And I thought I might offer myself up to the universe and see what the universe has in store.
Better off paying a visit to the job centre, boy.
Look at it this way. All you've lost is the aggro and earache.
Dead right.
Bloody women, bloody kids.
I know. Who needs them?
It's a toss-up. Which gives you most grief? You stick to the Reds and a few beers. It'll cost you less in the long run.
Why have we stopped here? What is this? Who lives here?
It's one of the farm cottages. Jack Haslock moved out in the last month.
You mean we own it?
It's part of the estate.
I'd forgotten this place existed. Is anyone else moving in?
Possibly. Pity about the bed.
Bed?
Ideally, one would want something new. I suppose, as it's really surplus to requirements, you could always take the one from our room, as was, and I could press the camp bed into service. What is it? Joe, is something the matter?
God, Mort. I just wish you wouldn't always be so decent about everything.
Sorry. I mean, I could always throw up a few difficulties. Visiting rights, etc.
Visiting rights, Mort. We've agreed you're to come and go as you please.
I suppose there's no actual reason why I shouldn't set up some kind of base there in the spare room. Keep a toothbrush on site, as it were. Marginally inclined to think there's your next port of call.
It's only me.
useful.
So I'm allowed to come to the cottage?
Darling, of course you're allowed. Dad and I don't want any of this nonsense about taking sides. You can have your own room.
I don't think I'd fancy that. Can't I be a boarder? If Boyd's not teaching, I'd rather stay at school.
But what about the holidays?
I might come and visit, if the baby doesn't puke too much or keep crying.
Darling, I know this has all been a great shock to you. You mustn't try and be brave. It's never easy to hear this kind of thing.
It's no big deal, Mum. Davo's mum's on a 3rd divorce. Anyway, I've known for months.
I'm sorry?
About Declan. Ali thought he'd better warn me. Can I go now, Mum? I said I'd meet Davo for a swim.
So you mean you just marched straight into the bank, up to old Gorst's office, and asked for a loan?
That's right.
Well, then, and he just said yes, without batting an eyelid?
I presented a business plan.
So the place is actually yours?
Well, I didn't buy it for our Dec's birthday.
I wish someone had told me this place was on the market. I might have gone for it myself.
Wasn't aware you had that much experience of the catering trade.
No, I don't think there's any great mystery. Seems to me it's enthusiasm that counts. Plus, I do have a degree, speak 4 languages, and did a term's bachelor cookery at school.
Well, that'll come in handy.
What are you doing?
Time for a change, love. I did warn you I get itchy feet.
You can't go now, just when it's all blown over.
Well, now's when I can go. You don't need me to hold your hand anymore. Anyway, I'm getting suntan withdrawal.
You going back to Spain?
There's a bar there I've had my eye on.
I wish I was coming with you.
What's to stop you?
The bloody cockeyed idea, that's what. Why does he want to go traipsing off to bloody Blackpool in the sun? What's out there for her?
But what's back here for her? They could have a ball out there, her and this little un. They've earned a change of scene and she's mustard for it.
You're at it again. 20 years on, you've not lost the knack. Stroll in, play havoc, waltz off. Whatever you touch ends up bleeding.
I don't see anyone here in need of a plaster.
No, it never suited you to see. But there's walking wounded still, whether you noticed them or not.
Of course, you do realise this is one of the worst periods in recent history to be starting a new business.
Yes.
I mean, I'm told that 2 out of 3 new businesses fold within the first year.
So I believe.
Slight detour, I'm afraid. Some things I've got to collect. Of course, there is a way to halve the risk.
What's that, then?
Go in with a partner.
Where would I find a partner?
I might just be prepared to consider it.
While shepherds watch their flocks by night, all seated on the ground, the angel of the Lord came down, and glory shone around. In Almighty's reign, and seas the troubled mind. Glad tidings of great joy I bring to you and all mankind.
I don't imagine Santa's underpriced himself this year.
Just to move with the times, love. Inflation. Overheads. He's not a registered charity, you know.
Well, when it comes to doing his final accounts, bear in mind there's 20% of the takings winging its way into his lordship's coffers.
That's first I've heard of it. Her ladyship never said out
Her
about...
ladyship's not in charge now, I am. And like you say, we're not in the charity business. So you've declined the invitation?
Invitation?
The boots and woolly red job. I think you're missing a treat. You never know who might get sat up on your knee. I've got to say it. I'm not happy about that grotto.
Grotto?
I'm not convinced it's got the capacity. You can't afford to be cramped when you've got a job to do. Oh, I do beg your pardon. Goodness knows where we'd be if you hadn't been there to catch us.
Oh,
feel you have to keep it all to yourself. You can't just not talk about it.
Jo, leave it.
Everyone's leaving it, Mort. No one speaks to us as if she's invisible.
I know, but in this area, I think we have to be guided by Pa's wishes.
Why do we? Just because he's decided the best prescription is no comment in Valium? Have you any idea how desperate she must have been for a baby?
Well, one can only hazard a guess, but given that the expectation was purely figurative...
Not to her, it wasn't. It was as physical as this is to me. What are you doing?
I just thought you probably wouldn't want to let things drag on any longer than necessary.
I didn't realise you were... not to worry. Leave you in peace.
Oh, well. No one can say I didn't give it my best shot. I think I made an impression. I certainly don't feel I'm going to be easily forgotten. You know, in many ways, I could have seen myself here for life, guiding generation after generation of small boys towards enlightenment. But I can see now that would have been a squandering of talent.
All the best, sir.
Well, thank you, Davenport. Same to you. Sir MacDonough. Sir Williams. Well, it's just down here.
Shall I wait here?
No. You can help me clear my locker. On the other hand, some people might say, has he missed the proverbial bateau? Nearly 40, career ground to a halt, still not found the right someone. Has one's way of life fallen into the sear, the yellow leaf, as the bard might say?
Courage, my son. God is working his purpose out. Let us not throw ourselves into the slough of despond just yet. Who knows what opportunity lurketh around the corner?
Well, oddly enough, something has actually presented itself just today. Of course, we're still talking it over.
Are we?
Every little girl would like to be the fairy on the Christmas tree. Up above the party, dressed in white, shining in the candlelight. Every little boy has lots of fun with his drum.
Two.
Every little girl you understand is really queen of fairyland. Every little girl would like to be the fairy
Ready when you are, Pet.
Oh, is it really necessary?
Well, you can't disappoint your public.
A brief word of welcome appears to be in order on behalf of my wife, whose brainchild this seems to have been. Trust this unique and not to be repeated occasion can be concluded speedily and with a minimum of disruption. I'd like to remind all visitors trying to resist the temptation to trespass beyond the designated areas.
Just like to draw everyone's attention to the guided tours of the house available at very competitive rates.
Yes, thank you, boy.
According to local tradition, one of Cromwell's retainers actually haunts the coal cellar.
Thank you, boy.
I'm also available to answer questions on wild boar farming and beekeeping. Thank you. Never missed a merchandising opportunity. Something you ought to get wise to.
I'd like to conclude by wishing you all a useful and informative afternoon, and without wishing to curtail the festive spirit, be grateful if you could keep the noise down and take any letter away with you. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the villagers, special thank you to Mrs. Tundish for all her efforts.
I thought you'd given up.
I have.
You packed it in.
Cut me losses. I'm on a hiding to nothing.
You know what you need?
What?
A suntan, a pair of shorts and a jar of San Miguel.
Don't tempt me.
Come with us.
When you off?
We book flights on Monday.
I best dig me passport out then, hadn't I?
I'll just go and see if our Nathan's got his hand out of the brand tub yet. You're smoking.
No law against it, is there?
No, I just thought you'd given up. For the sake of the baby.
I don't have a baby.
You better lick it before it drips.
So you see, Daddy, I'd be taking on the entrepreneurial mantle, but I think that it's one that would sit rather well, given my knack of handling people. And besides, no one really takes women in business that seriously. So if nothing else, I'd be providing the kind of acceptable face of capitalism that Petula needs.
You kept all that in the dark, madam. I was going to tell everyone tonight. I hadn't banked on satellite broadcast gob getting in there before me.
One other major decision, on the subject of women. Yes, I've decided that I've been doing all the chasing for too long. And from now on, I'm playing hard to get. The ladies will have to come to me. I thought the fancy dress was just for kiddies. Shouldn't someone help Phoenix? What do you think she's supposed to be? It's not really much of a costume, is it, really?
I'll deal with this. So, my dear, you've decided to rejoin us.
Isn't that one of the Purdies, Daddy?
Yes, I'm afraid it is. My dear, do you realize how much that shotgun is worth? Perhaps some other costume might be more appropriate. A shepherdess, perhaps?
I do suspect we should be thinking of detaching Mrs. Tundish from that weapon.
Something you wanted to say about it, my dear? Probably a good moment to schedule in another of those tablets for the adjourn.
Hey, terrific. We all noticed.
Hicks, my dear, what are you thinking of? Very near.
Oh, shit. So this is what it takes to get some attention around here.
Felix! I'm entirely convinced our guests will appreciate this particular demonstration.
I guess I always knew it would have to be something pretty drastic. Something would make you sit up and notice. You know, you're really not so hot at that kind of thing around here. Noticing.
No. What I recommend is that we all stay calm and have a proper discussion.
How about this? Notice that?
Joe, what are you doing?
You know, it's taken me 15 years to realise where I've been going wrong. That's exactly the effect I've been trying for. No idea it could be so simple. Do you think I might have a go?
Who would you shoot?
Ooh. I don't know. What do you recommend?
His Excellency seems an obvious candidate. That way he couldn't fail to notice.
That's fine by me. May I? I rather feel I've earned this.
Got it, Daddy. I've got it.
Oh.
It's all under control.
Oh, for God's sake, Boyd.
I've got it! I've got it! The guns of Navarone.
I thought it were Thelma and Louise.
Oh, could someone please shed a little light here?
Charades, Pa. First round of Phoenix, I think.
Well, if I could recommend we all proceed with matters in hand.
Are you all right, Daddy?
I think so. Shall we adjourn? Oh. It might be appropriate to call Dr. Bugler in. Also, we could get another prescription for Phoenix while he's here. Meantime, aspirin and hot water bottle should suffice.
What? What is it?
I made one hell of a mess down there.
Yes, you did rather.
You'd think it had the desired effect.
Oh, I think even Roger couldn't fail to register something. I'm sorry. I've no room to talk. I've hardly been attentive.
I guess you had a few things on your plate.
It's no excuse. I should have seen it coming. I've lived here long enough to spot the symptoms. God knows I suffer from most of them. What will you do now?
I guess I'll, buy a Kalashnikov.
What's that for?
I'll show you later. There you are, pet. Get that down your neck.
Thank you.
Her nibs go in for this sort of caper as a rule.
No. I trust it'll be a one-off. No doubt be in better form, and she's feeling more rested. Now, Morty, do we know the insurance position on those items? I take it we are fully covered. Can we get onto them first thing tomorrow?
Tomorrow's Sunday, Pa.
Not a problem. We have a home number.
The police are here, Daddy.
Tell them it's an internal matter. No external assistance required.
But I thought you...
They don't appear to be coming to us, Pa. They've gone round the back.
Hello, Carmen.
What exactly are you looking for?
You family or one of the tenants?
Family. Tundish.
We've had a tip-off, sir.
Oh? About?
An item that might be concealed hereabouts.
Well, what tip-off? Where's it come from?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that at present, madam.
Cheer up, Carmen. You look like you've seen a ghost.
She said you were dead.
Oh, me mother. She should have been on the stage. I suppose you've been in mourning ever since. Well, the good news is there's no need to shell out on a wreath. A few grapes would have been nice, while I had my feet up in intensive care.
This is what it costs me to get out of that car park after your man stuck her foot down. Bit steep, I reckon. So you can appreciate why I've had to see to it you lot don't get off without paying through the nose. Of course, I could have got nasty. Called in some of our Vinnie's mob. Got my own hands dirty. But this way, I don't have to do anything. I just sit back and watch. I'll be seeing you, Carmen. From the public gallery at Manchester Crown Court.
Something here, Sarge.
It was Mozza, the tip-off. He's not dead.
How do you know?
He was here just now.
Think you better have a look, Sarge. It's a wind-up, Sarge. That there's a bleeding pig.
What's going on? There's a member of the family buried here. That's her. Who gave you permission to desecrate this grave?
Is this your pig, sir?
She most certainly is. Persephone Tundish, deceased, and much mourned by us all.
Well, we're very sorry to have disturbed her, sir. We all appear to have been the victims of a rather vicious practical joke. All right, lads, get packed up. Last time we act on Mickey Mouse tip-offs. Any chance of a brew, love?
Oh, by all means, Pat. And I think we could even find you the odd mince pie.
Sarge!
Ignore it.
It might be important.
This is important.
I bet you'll see.
Sorry to intrude. I think there's something you should be aware of.
Declan? Who is it?
It's all right. It won't be a tick.
Marginally inclined to think arrest imminent.
Oh, Christ. You keep your head down. None of our lot's gonna grass you. They'll do you. Concealing evidence, aiding and abetting, it's not worth it. You did us a favour. Let's leave it at that.
I think I should mention, in case you wanted to chance it, I mean, the two of you, not hand yourself over, as it were. Well, I don't think I'd see myself putting up any obstacles, I suppose is what I'm saying.
You're a bit of a star, you, aren't you?
Am I? Thank you. I don't think I'd go that far. Small gesture. In my shoes, you'd have done the same.
Won't ever forget this.
No, well... Anyway, good luck with everything.
Who was it?
Your old man.
What did he want?
He come to give us a green light.
For what?
Whatever we want. You best put some clothes on.
Why?
We can't stop here.
Well, pal, we're finally in business.
Whereabouts of Declan Belcher?
I'm afraid I haven't the least idea, Sergeant. He did say he'd be away for the whole day. A shopping trip to Manchester, I think, was the plan. We don't tend to get involved with the tenants' activities.
That's just as well, if you don't mind me saying so, sir.
I should have known you'd be at the back of this. Wherever you pitch camp, trouble follows on the next wagon.
Give over, knobhead. Do you think I'd have touched that evil sod with a pitchfork if I thought he'd land this on us?
Then you better get your skates on. You must be nigh on set to do your next runner.
My running days are done.
Since when?
We've all got a swing from one branch or another. I may as well save them the bother of a chase.
Not worth it at the end of the day. If it cost us 20 years. What? He cost this one. Nearly that bastard Vinny come cheap.
You soft old bugger. You'd bloody swing for her, wouldn't you? And she's not even yours.
What do you mean?
Your old fella were left wing for Bolton Wanderers reserves I met one night in a club. So now you know.
No way out, love. You reckon that's today's news? Why do you think the poor sod never played again? I caught him a late tackle last game of the season. Broke the bugger's leg. The last time I went to Burnden Park, he was selling meat pies at half-time.
And you're all set to stick your neck out for a kid that weren't even yours.
She's mine, you soft bitch. Takes more than a quick poke in the back of a capri to father a kiddie for 23 years. That bastard Vinny. I could see her dad in him. I saw her dad the moment he went over them banisters.
They're not going to take him. He's not going into care. Don't let them take him.
Ackland Belcher, Margaret Belcher, Carmen Belcher, you have the right to remain silent, but anything you say may be taken down and used in evidence. I'm arresting you in connection with the disappearance and death of Vincent Messina.
Ah, find what the police were after.
I think you'd better have another brandy, Daddy.
the matter?
Oh, just got a speck of dust in my eye.
Where's Mum?
I don't think she's coming back.
Yes, she is.
There's been a change of plans.
But she's here now.
For God's sake, tell me!
Probably a bit late in the day for this, but for what it's worth, I love you. And I'm sorry.
For what? Declan, for what?
I couldn't drag her in and all. Look after her for us.
Declan Belcher.
That's right.
I'm arresting you in connection with the murder of Vincent Messina.